The 6th Kansas Volunteer Cavalry Regiment was a cavalry regiment that served in the Union Army during the American Civil War. Service. The 6th Kansas Cavalry was organized at Fort Scott, Kansas in July 1861. The regiment began as 3 companies of Home Guard infantry, followed quickly by 5 additional companies, one of which was cavalry. On September 9, 1861, these recruits were reorganized and officers were elected. The reorganized regiment was then mustered in for 3 years under the command of Colonel William R. Judson. The regiment was attached to Department of Kansas to August 1862. 2nd Brigade, Department of Kansas, to October 1862. 2nd Brigade, 1st Division, Army of the Frontier, Department of Missouri, to February 1863. 1st Brigade, 1st Division, Army of the Frontier, to June 1863. District of the Frontier, Department of Missouri, to January 1864. District of the Frontier, 7th Corps, Department of Arkansas, to March 1864. 3rd Brigade, District of the Frontier, 7th Corps, to January 1865. 2nd Brigade, 3rd Division, 7th Corps, to February 1865. 1st Brigade, 2nd Division, 7th Corps, to August 1865. The 6th Kansas Cavalry mustered out of service at Fort Leavenworth August 27, 1865. Detailed service. Duty at Fort Scott until March 1862. Dry Wood Creek, Fort Scott, September 1, 1861. Morristown, September 17. Osceola, September 20, 21 and 22. Little Santa Fe, Mo, November 6. Regiment reorganized March 27, 1862, and A, B and C mustered out. Duty at Fort Scott until May. Carthage, Mo, March 23. Diamond Grove, April 14. Lost Creek, April 15. Companies C.H. and K moved to Carthage, Mo, with the 15th Kansas rejoining in May. Regiment stationed at various points on southern line of Kansas headquarters at Paola until June. Concentrated at Fort Scott. Expedition into Indian Territory May 25, July. Reconnaissance from Grand River to Fort Gibson, Tahlequah and Park Hill, and skirmishes June 14 to 17. Regiment joined June 20. Expedition into Cherokee Country July 2, August 1. Stand Waties Mill July 4. Expedition from Fort Leavenworth to Independence August 12 to 14. Clear Creek August 19. Tibursville August 20. Osage River August 21. Coon Creek, near Lamar and Lamar, August 24. Operations in southwest Missouri September to December. Expedition through Jackson, Cass, Johnson and Lafayette counties, Mo, September 8 to 23. Hickory Grove September 19. Granby September 24. Newtonia September 30. Occupation of Newtonia October 4. Old Fort Wayne or Beatty's Prairie, near Maysville, October 22. Operations in Jackson County against Quantrill November 1 to 5. Drywood Boston Mountains, November 9. Reconnaissance toward Van Buren and Fort Smith November 20. Near Cane Hill November 25. Cane Hill November 28. Battle of Prairie Grove, Ark, December 7. Expedition over Boston Mountains to Van Buren December 27 to 29. Dripping Springs December 29. Operations in Newton and Jasper counties, March 5 to 13. Near Sherwood March 9. Companies F and H marched from Westbrook to Salem, thence to Rolla May 7, thence to Fort Scott June 21, July 4. Weber Falls, Cherokee Nation, April 21 to 23. Big Creek, near Pleasant Hill, May 15. Fort Gibson, May 22 and 25. Greenleaf Prairie, June 16. Cabin Creek, July 1 to 2. Elk Creek, near Honey Springs, July 17. Perryville, August 26. Operations in Cherokee Nation, September 11 to 25. Weber Falls, October 12. Moved to Fort Smith, November 13 to 18 and duty there until March 1864. Scout Bakers Springs, January 21 to 25. Bakers Springs, Caddo Gap, January 24. Steele's expedition to Camden, March 31, May 3. Roseville, April 4 to 5. Stones Ferry, April 5. Prairie Dan, April 9 to 12. Moscow, April 13. Dutch Mills, April 14. Camden, April 16 to 18. Poison Springs, April 18. Saline Bottom, April 29. Jenkins Ferry, Saline River, April 30. Moved to Dardanelle, thence to Fort Smith, May 6 to 16. Dardanelle, May 10. Clarksville, May 18. Fayetteville, May 19. Roseville, June 4 to 5. Hans Farm, near Waldron and Iron Bridge, June 19. Balance of regiment near Fort Smith and duty there until September. Massad's Prairie, July 27. Near Fort Smith, July 31. Lee's Creek, August 1. Van Buren, August 12. Fort Smith, August 27. March to Cabin Creek, Cherokee Nation, September 14 to 19. Fort Scott, October 22. Cow Creek, October 23. Training Post, October 24. Move from Fort Smith to Clarksville, December 29 and duty there until February 16, 1865. Move to Little Rock and duty there until June. Consolidated to a battalion, April 18, 1865. Moved to Duval's Bluffs, June 5, thence to Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, July 27, August 11. Casualties. The regiment lost a total of 228 men during service, 4 officers and 81 enlisted men killed or mortally wounded. 3 officers and 140 enlisted men died of disease. Commanders: Colonel William R. Judson, Lieutenant Colonel Lewis R. Jewell, namesake of Jewell County, Kansas, died at the Battle of Cane Hill on the 28th of November 1862. Notable members: Captain Charles F. Clark, Company F, namesake of Clark County, Kansas, Assistant Adjutant General in the U.S. Volunteers, died at Memphis, Tennessee, on the 10th of December 1862.